Alright, let's get to it. This is 2.5 level B, solving equations with variables on both sides. The steps still have not changed. So you still want to simplify both sides of the equation if possible. Okay, this is distributing and combining like terms. We worked on distributing a little bit more last section of 2.5 level A. Today we're going to be doing both distributing and combining like terms. Step 2, you want to move the variable to one side of the equation by doing inverse operations. Then use inverse operations in order to solve for the variable. Alright, remember with step 2, moving the variable to one side of the equation. If I were you guys, I would definitely always move it to one side of the equation, such as the left-hand side. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, 18x plus 5 equals 7x minus 72. Okay, some big numbers, I know, but stay consistent. Let's look at x's on both sides of the equation. Okay, like I said, always move your x to the other side of the equation. How do we do that? We take it off of one side and put it on the other. Positive 7x. What is the opposite of positive 7x? Negative 7x. So we are going to subtract 7x on both sides. So 18x minus 7x is 11x. Bring down your plus 5 equals, these cancel out. So then we're left with negative 72. Remember, the sign in front tells you if it's a positive or a negative number. Okay, now, is x by itself? No. So we have to add or subtract to get x by itself first. So x is on the left-hand side of the equation, so we need to move this positive 5. How are we going to do that? Positive 5, we are going to subtract 5 on both sides. So bring your 11x down since we haven't touched it. Positive 5 and negative 5 cancel out. You're left with equals negative 72 minus 5 is negative 77. From here, now our x is by itself, so that we can go ahead and divide. We have 11x, or 11 times x, so we have to divide by 11 on both sides. Those cancel, or not really cancel, but what it gets us is 1x, which is what you want. Okay, so negative 77 divided by 11 is negative 7. So we get x equals negative 7. Number 2 is a little different here. Okay, now, do we have any distributing? No. Do we have any combining like terms? Yes. What do we have? We have 5w and negative 3w. Okay, what I like to do is sometimes just link them together, underline them, circle them. Even if you have a highlighter, you can go ahead and highlight them. Okay, but still, 5w minus 3w. Read the signs in front. 5w minus 3w is 2w plus 10 equals w plus 24. Now that we've combined both sides of the equation, do we have the variables on both sides? Yes. So what do we have to do? Let's move this w to the left over here. How do we do that? This is a positive w, or positive 1w. Remember, you have to know that there's a 1 in front. Okay, positive w, so we're going to subtract w on both sides. So what we have is w plus 10 equals, those cancel, a positive 24. W plus 10 equals 24. The variable is still not alone, so all we're doing is adding and subtracting. So subtract 10 on both sides. This is a positive 10, so we want to subtract 10 on both sides. So we have w, positive 10, negative 10 cancel out, equals negative, or positive 14. Is w by itself? Yes. So sometimes there is no adding or subtracting needed, or dividing or multiplying needed. So this one is just w is already by itself. We're done. Okay, move on. Next problem. 4 times 2f plus 9 equals 4f plus 40. Okay, our first move here. Okay, you have to distribute on both sides. In this one, luckily we only have to distribute on one side. So our first step is 4 times 2f, 8f. And then we have 4 times positive 9. Positive 9. Okay, remember, a positive times a positive equals a positive number. So 4 times positive 9, you get a positive 36. There's nothing we have to do on this side, so it's 4x plus 40. Next question, do you have variables on both sides? Yes, you do. So you have to subtract 4f on both sides to get rid of our positive 4f. Those cancel. That's what you want. Okay, so 8f minus 4f is 4f plus 36, since we have not used that, equals, these cancel, which is what you want. What are you left with? Positive 40. 4f plus 36 equals 40 now. Is the variable by itself? No. What is on this side? We have a positive 36. How do you get rid of a positive 36? Subtract 36 on both sides. Okay, so you have 4f equals, since these cancel, 40 minus 36 is positive 4. Is the variable by itself yet? Yes, it is. So now you can go ahead and divide by positive 4. So you get f equals 1. If you think about what you're doing before you actually do it, it is not difficult. It's just actually trying to figure out what you have to do first. Number 4. What do we have to do first? Combine like terms and distribute. So distributing, no, but combining like terms, yes. On this side, you have negative 3g and negative 4g. So what you have is 14, because we aren't doing anything with it. Negative 3g minus 4g, you get negative 7g. Equals, do we have any like terms on the right side now? Yes, we do. We have 28 and positive 1. Why are those like terms? Because they do not have a variable. They are constants. All constants are like terms. So you have 28 plus 1. 28 plus 1 is 29. Bring your 10g down since we have not touched it. Okay, now nothing is different. Now we have to get the variables on one side and we have to get the constants on the other side. So move your variables to the same side we always have, to your left. So we have to move our 10g to the left. How do we get rid of positive 10g? You subtract 10g on both sides. Now notice with all my equations, what I'm doing is I'm putting what I'm adding or what I'm subtracting directly underneath of it. Okay, this is telling me that I am subtracting variables. Okay, I'm not subtracting the variable from the constant. So what we have is the 14 comes down, negative 7g minus 10g, you get negative 17g equals 29 comes down, and these cancel, which is exactly what you want. So now, is our variable by itself? No. What do we have to do to get the variable by itself? What's on that side? We have a positive 14. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and subtract 14 on both sides. So we have negative 17g equals 29 minus 14 is 15. So let's go ahead and now we can divide by negative 17. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and leave it in fraction form, so it's a little bit easier to work with later on. Number 5. Do we have to distribute on both sides of the equation? No. Do we have to combine like terms? Let's take a look. On the left side, do we have any like terms? We have an 11k and a negative 9k. It's perfect. Okay, we have like terms. So we have 11k minus 9k. You get 2k. Bring your positive 19 down since we have not touched it. On the right side, do we have any like terms? No. So just rewrite 4k minus 31. Let's go ahead and put the variables together. So we have negative 4k. We have to move to this side. So how are we going to get rid of 4k? We're going to subtract we're going to subtract 4k. Why? A positive we're going to do negative on both sides. So 2 minus 4 is now negative 2k plus 19 equals, those cancel, you're left with negative 31. Please, please, please pay attention to the negative right there. So now, are the variables alone? No, we still have a constant on the side of our one variable. So we have to subtract 19 on both sides. Why? Because you have positive 19. You're going to subtract 19 on both sides to get the variable by itself. So you have negative 2k. Cancels. Perfect. Variables alone on one side now. Negative 13 minus 19 is negative 50. So is the variable by itself? Yes. Yes, it is. Now we can multiply or divide. So let's take a look. Negative 2k, negative 2 times k. So you're going to go ahead and do the opposite, which is divide by negative 2 on both sides. Those equal 1, so you're left with k equals negative 50 divided by negative 2. So you're left with 25. Now, like I said, this is starting to get more difficult, so if you have questions, please come ask me for help. Okay? Please do not be afraid to come ask me. I will be here to help you as much as I can. Please do the in-class practice. Show me when you are complete so that you can move on to the quiz. Thank you.